Joining me today is Wazzy, winner of the 2018 New Streamer Golden Gnome Award, and a daily face on the top of the Runescape Twitch category. His content focuses mainly on high-level PVM, with his main goal of IFB being completed earlier this year. IFB, Insane Final Boss, requires every boss pet in the game to be unlocked, and each boss to be beaten 100 times with a total boss kill count of over 5,000 kills. We're going to chat about PVM in general, what challenges stop people getting into PVM at the various levels of it, as well as the struggles of streaming every day for the past 2 years. We're going to have some other general questions about RuneScape, his favourite community moments and everything like that, so join me as I head inside the mind of Wazzy.
It happened. It happened.
Hello, Wazzy. Thank you for joining
Hello,
me.
Eddie. Thank you for having me.
Congratulations on getting IFB the other month. I know it's a little bit delayed, but I know that was your big thing you were aiming for months on your stream.
We got that. We got that. So like what? 1,599 kills. It's ridiculous.
So I think you were saying you were in the unluckiest 1% for that, or
I think it was unlucky as 0.4% actually in the end. So that's a claim to fame in itself. I guess.
Itself. Yeah. So let's go back to the start. When did you first start playing RuneScape? What was your first memory of it as well?
First, I don't know what year it was. Like I feel like I'm bad at years. Like everyone's always like, "Oh, I did this in 2011, did this in 2013." I was like, I have no idea when anything happened. But my first memory is well, being a noob in the rock, and I got befriended. I did befriended by someone called Waz2000, and he gave me full iron. Gave me like 10k GP, and he was like my mentor, my hero.
You were like set for the first 30
Yeah.
levels.
Yeah, like he gave me like so much stuff. I was like, oh my god, thank you.
Is that where your name came from then, by any chance?
Is where the name came from. I made the name Wazzy in his honor, basically.
But what was your name before then? Because obviously that account, something must have happened to it if it's no longer around.
That is true. I'd rather not say the name, but it's a bit embarrassing because my original account. You know how people. I don't know if I don't think you played back then, or maybe you did in school. I don't know.
I played a little bit in school. Yeah.
There was this the thing like, if you type your password in backwards, it comes up as stars. Look, star. And I typed the stars. I did the whole sentence, typed the stars.
Yeah.
For what I thought was a bit of fun, and I got permabanned the next day for password scam. I was like, no,
for one message.
They denied me, and yeah, that account was gone at level 60. So I had to make another one, and that's where I made it in honor of Mr. Waz2000. So if you're out there, Waz2000, hello. That's how this all came about, in honor of him.
What would you say your fondest memory in RuneScape is?
Fondest memory?
Either like something you've done with viewers on stream, or just a moment in game.
Honestly, I'm not sure. It's just been an enjoyable ride. I don't think I have like a favorite.
Lots of little bits and bobs that have sort of come along that
exactly
didn't know were going to happen.
Exactly. I just little things like that. It is nice making people happy though. Like it's like when we do Solak Day, take community people and they're like, "Oh my god, thank you, I'm so happy I've got Reaper title now." Like it's fantastic seeing that.
Yeah, because you've been lucky enough to have Lootescape on your stream a couple of times, right?
Yes. And we've done the Solak thing, and it's gone amazingly. Makes people very happy, and then it makes me happy because it makes people happy, and it's like a nice happy circle.
And it's probably quite a nice boost to your stream's viewership as well, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Having that nice little cross promotion between content creators and Jagexes.
Exactly. It's definitely a good thing that they started doing weekly Lootescape for a variety of people.
Well, yes, especially with recent departures. running out of loot skip
Rest in
stream.
pieces. But
So
it is what it is.
some people watching this video probably won't have actually watched your streams, but they may have seen like your challenge videos and stuff that you've got on YouTube. Like obviously before we've done a blindfolded Telos kill.
Yeah, that was good fun. We should do another one of those.
And various other things. Was there one that you enjoyed like the most, or that you found most rewarding to actually get completed?
I mean, the blindfolded Talos is definitely a highlight. That was pretty cool. So for those unaware, that was Eddie. What was he? Him? Are you this way or that? I don't know which way you are, but
Yeah,
one of these ways.
You're right.
He he had never done Telos before, so he came over here, and I was blindfolded, and he was directing me on what to click. And after a little while, we actually got a 0% blindfolded.
Yes, I'll probably put a link in the description for any of you that want to watch it.
That one was pretty great. And then the other one that I was like super proud of was the No Food, No Armor Ambassador. That was fairly near release, like nobody had done it yet. So I was like the world first. No armor, no food. As far as I'm aware, I was the world first. So that was pretty cool to get that done. That took quite a few hours.
Yeah.
Not as many as I thought actually, but I kept making stupid mistakes, and it's like But eventually we got him down. No armor, no food. That was definitely a highlight as well.
So obviously your stream is most of the time focused around PVM and stuff like that. Maybe not so much anymore, you've got IFB, but is there anything that you think helps people get into PVM? Because obviously a lot of people are scared of it.
Exactly. Like honestly, there's nothing to be scared of. It's like you just got to do it. It's like with anything. It's like it's like, oh my god, that looks so terrifyingly scary. But then as soon as you try it, it's like, oh, that wasn't really that bad. What was I afraid of? Like you just gotta jump in head first. Like even if it's like going with a friend to Vindicta, like that's a big step for a lot of people. But you just gotta make that step.
And I guess a lot of the game of RuneScape is about doing things efficiently, and for some people, dying to a boss doesn't sound very efficient.
Nope, he's barking.
That's all right. He's a.
But yeah, it doesn't sound efficient, but obviously some people like efficiency, some people don't. You just got to do it. Like you're not just going to instantly become good.
It's making that investment, I guess.
Practice.
Yeah, making the investment of time into actually being able to compete.
Exactly, and it's definitely worth it in the end because, well, if you get into Telos, then or AOD, if you get a high enough level for those two, then enjoy infinite money, basically.
Yes, they are two that I still got to cross off my own Reaper list. So
yeah, they are.
It's getting close.
A little bit too profitable, one might argue, but that's something for another day.
So back on the topic of bosses again, have you got a favourite like mechanic or phase in any fight in the entire game that like you enjoy either making the strategy for or actually sort of executing?
See, there's probably Solak phase 4 actually. It's like there's a mechanic in phase 4 where you're meant to like one of you's meant to be outside, one of you's in the realm. You've got to stop the ghosties. But if you're brave enough and insane enough to do enough damage in a very short amount of time, it's like 300k damage in duo in like 20 seconds or something, if that, between the both of you. If you can get enough for that and skip needing to go inside, like obviously it speeds up your kills. It's a bit risky because like one mistake and you're probably going to lose the kill, but assuming you do everything perfectly, then yeah, that's pretty satisfying, especially for the first time. Like no realming Solak for the first time is like, whoa.
An achievement.
Feels pretty good. Yes.
Very nice. And then looking forwards into, well, obviously we had all the releases and everything at RuneScape the next year basically planned out. Sorry, at Runefest. We basically had the whole year planned out in front of us.
Yeah, summer.
I'm sure, I mean, I'd imagine the update you're most looking forward to is possibly the Elder Dungeon.
Possibly, yeah. Elder God Wars dungeon.
Yes.
Or God Wars 3.
What are you hoping for from it? What would you like to see?
What? I mean, what in terms of like
So in
boss
terms
mechanics?
of well, not necessarily mechanics, but difficulty and
Yeah.
I guess
So
like
I
where would
know
you
the
like it to fit?
So I know something that they like didn't really announce, but like if you were Runefest, you could talk to the mods and like people like fan out stuff. So there are going to be 4 bosses, like the regular one.
Yep.
Normal mode is massable, so therefore it's like open to anybody. So like anybody can give it a go. Just jump in with a group of friends if they want. I don't know how hard they're going to be. I assume not too hard in their normal mode. But a challenge mode of those bosses is quite interesting because instead of being like God Wars 2, where it's only solo, this one is only 3-man, I believe.
Okay.
So I'm assuming challenge mode will be like properly challenging. You've got to like
Yeah.
think about stuff and coordinate rather than just like
Just damage.
berserk and just like smash it
Yeah.
open. And then there's also going to be a special 5th boss, like the Telos of their respective dungeons. And I've heard that one of the J mods wants to put in an enrage mechanic, similar to Telos, probably without the streaking part of it. But like enrage is definitely something that people love to
It just
compete for.
it adds an extra layer of sort
Exactly.
of competitiveness to it.
Yeah, and it's like the more skilled you are, the more profit you'd make at the same time. So it's like, higher difficulty, more reward. It's perfect. So I'm hoping for something like that to actually make it into the real game whenever that comes in summer next year.
Sometime in the summer. What about the other releases at Runefest? Obviously the two 120s. Because I know you were on the stream just before the keynote, and you had predicted Herblore, I believe, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, like, obviously the 120s were hinted at. They didn't tell us what they were. I was like, everyone was like, "Oh, it's summoning and construction," but I was like, "No, I think it might be Herblore," just because of Mod Orion tweeted something like, "What kind of potions would you like in future?" And everyone thought it was for Anachronia, but actually, I think he was sneakily trying to get some more potion
Some
ideas for
ideas.
the 120s. So yeah, it's Herblore and farming is what's happening. I thought it would be summoning and Herblore, to be honest. I thought
Yeah.
they were going for like a combat focused update,
Yes.
but
Especially because they're adding new familiars with the archaeology
yeah,
update
true.
stuff. You'd have thought maybe
So it
they'd have
might be,
intertwined the two there a bit, but
yeah. So I mean, it is still kind of a summoning update as well, so it should be great.
just
So what?
don't need to spend as much money.
Well, not yet anyway.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, Herblore farming and then archaeology with summoning a little bit as well.
Very cool. We'll move on a little bit from recent announcements and bosses a little bit. And now we're going to talk for a couple of minutes something negative. I know.
Oh no.
What would you like to change in the game? One thing.
One thing to change. Oh my god. Uh it's a good question. I mean, it definitely would be nice. I mean, this is kind of going off their like Runefest announcements thing again, sort of like their experimental ideas, like that thing where they like split up the ticks, so you had like 0.1 second ticks instead of 0.6.
Yeah, it's like
Like that could open up so much stuff that like if the tick system was like changed to be that, like that could be like they could make so much cool stuff with that.
there'd just be so much that but I guess the problem is if they do that, it changes so much that they've already bounced around that
Yes,
it's
that's the
very,
problem.
very
So
hard to manage it.
yeah, it's not a very likely thing to be changed, but if that could be changed, that would just open up so many more doors. I think that could be a lot of fun.
That'll be
Like,
RuneScape 4.
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. So I know it's kind of a cheaty answer, but
But
Like
that,
something to do with that could be pretty interesting in terms of
the
boss
tick
fights.
system, and that's obviously a long way. There must be something
yeah.
currently.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. Like I'm fairly content. Like I wish there were more bosses. Like I don't know if that's something that I don't think that's like a thing that I like don't like right now. That if it counts with this question, but I would like there to be more bosses.
We just want more because I mean I guess
Like
it's been a while since the last boss was added. Really, is
yeah,
the
was it Elite Dungeons 3?
yes, it would
I
have been.
think.
Yeah, that's the only
Yeah,
boss
so
release that I've been playing for actually. So yeah,
yeah, like I was hoping for like one with Anachronia,
instead you
but
got dinosaurs.
lots of dinosaurs.
Lots of
No
dinosaurs.
boss, unfortunately.
Alright, I'm sure you're glad you've got all that meat ready for your farm.
Yeah, definitely got a lot.
How have you found both the Runefest that you've attended?
I mean, Runefest 1 was last year's Runefest was a bit terrifying because I knew that I had like a pretty decent chance of getting that, and I was so nervous of like them calling my name. I was oh god, I was panicking. I was panicking. But like after that Golden Gnome ceremony, I was like super relaxed. I was like, oh, this is amazing. But yeah, loved the uh loved the first Runefest I went to. Like, it's just the friendliest place. It's fantastic. And then like this Runefest, I already kind of knew what to expect, so that was quite relaxing going into it as well. Um, and I knew that I probably wasn't going to win a gnome this year, which that's fine. That made it even more relaxing. So yeah, it was just a nice, relaxing Runefest both years. It's great, and I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, I mean, my first Runefest was this year, and I'd echo your statement of it being just super happy.
Yeah.
And like open was the word I think I used
Hmm.
because everyone just chats, and
Exactly.
it's
Like it
it's
doesn't matter
so
who you are.
positive as well. Like a lot of the stuff that you see online is not positive about this
No,
game.
it.
It's not mentioning any websites in particular, but like going to Runefest, you kind of completely forget all of that,
Yeah,
and you
it gives you
just
like a new appreciation for the community, really.
yeah,
Like everyone's so friendly.
pretty much how I came up with the idea for this whole stuff.
Oh,
See how we
perfect.
go forward. It's been brewing in my mind since then.
And here we go.
I
It's
know.
coming into fruition.
Yeah. So obviously, I'm just starting up in the video world here. And when you first started streaming, what did you find like the hardest part of it was?
Um, well, there's like a lot of steps with streaming. Like, because I started like obviously like a lot of people do like no mic, no cam streams on RS. So I started with that for like a tiny bit, like a week of that, and then I like switching over to using a mic was like the most terrifying thing in the world. And then like a bit after that, switching over to a face cam, that was even more terrifying. But then in the end, it just feels natural. Like it feels like wrong to do it without that now. Um, and also like starting out, like no one has many viewers when they start streaming, but you know, you just gotta keep talking, and that's
Yeah,
something that I've kind of learned to do over time. You just talk about whatever, it doesn't matter.
like even when
Because
there's no one in chat, just keep
exactly,
speaking, and then if
just keep
someone does
speaking.
tune in, just interact with them. I guess is the
Exactly,
be friendly.
easy peasy.
But you
Yeah, it's
also
all something you learn over time.
you stream very regularly as well, which I'm sure a lot of people do struggle to do because I see you online almost every day.
Yeah,
That
pretty
that
much. Very rarely is there a day where I don't have a stream up. So
and that's probably played a part in your success as well. Just being there every day, people get to know you, and that helps.
exactly, like just like that's the thing with streaming. You got to be consistent. Like consistency is worth a lot with streaming, I think. Possibly more so than YouTube. Actually, I'm not sure. The quality helps on YouTube a lot. Obviously, frequency does as well, but I feel like with streaming, like frequency is one of the most important things.
So we're gonna head into the final phase, and that is what's the plan now? You've got IFB out the way. What are you gonna do?
What's the plan? That's a good
What are you
question.
gonna do?
Well, we've been working on Slayer logs a little bit. It's going fairly well. Still don't have any yet, but I'm pretty close. That's quite a nice thing to go for. Probably gonna cook up some boss challenges at some point, like no armor, no food ambassador, but like obviously somewhere else. Because they're always kind of fun. Got the hardcore Iron Man QBD thing, which
Yes,
is
ongoing.
probably still going on, depending on when this video is uploaded.
Yes, because there's been a few deaths over the past couple of days.
Yeah, there's been like 3 deaths so far.
Yes, I saw Mikaru's one, wasn't it? Where he managed to click on the summoning familiar.
Because of time of filming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's something that I did at
unfortunate.
Araxor, so
I'm definitely going to turn those options off next time I log in.
Yep.
But poor guy, he was doing so well.
Cool.
Just wasn't to be.
Any final comments to any fans watching, or anything you want to shout out?
Shout outs. I should probably be like, hi guys, if you want to find me on Twitch, it's just twitch.com/Wazzy. I'm sure there'll be links in the description. But yeah, like I feel like I've got like one of the friendliest communities on Twitch. Like I love them. They're fantastic. Like the people that come like all the time into the stream. They're super duper friendly, and I feel like I'm very lucky to have the people that I do that tune in all the time.
I guess one of the things is don't be afraid to ask questions as well. Like even if it seems a simple question or anything, just get it out there, and
exactly.
And then like
because someone else could benefit from your question as well.
Yeah, I mean, since I started playing in January, I've asked so many silly questions in your chat, and I've only been greeted by friendly responses followed by a few emotes. But that's fair, I suppose.
Yeah, it's so good.
Cool.
See, friendly people at Runefest, friendly people on Twitch. Like, they're everywhere. All of the friendly people.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you very much,
this pilot episode. And we'll see how we go. I've got no plans for who we're going to have in the next show. But if you follow the Twitter, I'm sure I'll keep you updated on there. And yeah, thanks for watching the video. I'll see you soon.